You might not realize it yet, but the way people respond to you says more than their words ever will. Most guys spend years waiting for compliments, hoping someone will validate them, hoping to finally feel attractive when someone tells them they are. They look in the mirror and wonder if they're enough, if they're good looking enough, if they're interesting enough. But the truth is, the real signs of attraction, the ones that actually matter, are already happening around you. You just haven't learned how to see them yet. Real attraction isn't loud. It doesn't always show up as giggles or obvious flirting or someone directly telling you they like you. It often hides in plain sight, in the way people's energy shifts around you, in the way they act when you walk into a room. Like when your silence makes people nervous. Have you ever noticed that? You're sitting in a conversation, and you don't feel the need to speak, so you just sit back, observing, grounded, calm. Suddenly, the other person starts talking faster, explaining themselves, laughing awkwardly, trying to fill the silence with words they don't even mean. They're not doing that because it's awkward. They're doing it because your stillness creates tension they don't know how to handle. Most men fear silence because they think they need to perform to be liked. They talk fast. They overshare. They try to be funny. They try to prove themselves. But the man who is comfortable in silence, who doesn't need to rush to speak, who can hold stillness without shrinking, that man holds power without trying. It's the kind of quiet composure that draws people in. It's them curious, makes them lean forward, wondering what you're thinking, wondering what it would take for you to speak. Your silence speaks louder than their words ever could, and that is the beginning of real attraction. Attraction often shows up in the smallest, quietest details, and most men never learn to see them. They're too focused on trying to say the right thing, to impress, to look for obvious signals, missing the real signs happening right in front of them. One of the clearest but most overlooked signs is the way a woman adjusts herself in your presence. You might be talking casually, sharing a story, and suddenly she's tucking her hair behind her ear, straightening her posture, checking her reflection in her phone screen, or reapplying her lip balm while looking down. It's not because she's vain or bored. It's because your presence made her aware of herself. It's instinctual. Her subconscious is telling her to look her best because you're there, because something about you activated that desire to be seen at her best without even trying. She didn't fix her hair or straighten her back before you walked in, but now she is, and that's not a coincidence. It's one of the rawest forms of attraction, the kind that bypasses her logical mind and shows up in her body language. It's also there in the way people start apologizing around you for small things they normally wouldn't. Maybe someone bumps into you and says sorry even when it wasn't your fault. Maybe a woman corrects herself quickly if she misspeaks, or if she interrupts you, her tone shifting to carefulness. That's not fear. It's respect. It's a subtle acknowledgement of your presence and the energy you carry. When you walk with calmness and certainty, it creates a quiet authority that makes people aware of how they act around you. You don't have to demand it. You don't have to flex it. It just happens naturally, and women especially feel it. Your grounded energy shifts the room, and people, often without realizing it, respond to it by treating you differently because your presence changes how they feel in your orbit. Most men don't realize how powerful it is when a woman remembers the small things you say. You might think it's just polite, or that she has a good memory, but it goes deeper than that. When you mention in passing that you like mint chocolate, or that you love a certain band, and weeks later she brings it up, that's not random. It's not because she's trying to be nice. It's because you stuck with her. Your words stuck with her because you left an imprint on her emotions. You weren't background noise to her, and she's holding onto the small details because they are pieces of you, pieces of the connection she feels when you're around. When a man is forgettable, everything he says is forgettable too. She might nod and smile during the conversation, but 5 minutes later, it's gone. But when a man has presence, when a man has that calm, centered energy that women can feel, even if they can't explain it, he becomes memorable, and everything he says starts to matter more than it should. She holds on to your stories, your preferences, your throwaway comments because, to her, they are clues that help her understand you better and keep you close even when you're not around. This is why you should pay close attention to the moments when a woman brings up something you said weeks or even months ago, something you barely even remember saying. She might say she saw something that reminded her of you, or she might buy your favorite snack without you asking, or she might send you a song by the artist you mentioned liking once. These small actions are her way of staying connected to you, of keeping you present in her world. It's not a test, and it's not an accident. It's her subconscious telling her that you matter, that she wants to stay close to your energy, and that you are not like the others she easily forgets the moment they leave the room. You're not like most guys, and when a woman feels that, it changes the way she looks at you, even if she doesn't understand why. You might have heard it before: you're different, or you're not like other guys. Most men take this as a compliment and move on, but it's actually a window into what she feels, but can't quite articulate. It's a confession that your energy doesn't match what she's used to. It's not about what you're saying or what you're doing to impress her. It's the fact that you're not trying to impress her at all. You're not rushing your words to keep her attention. You're not throwing compliments around to get a reaction. You're not trying to be someone you're not, and that alone sets you apart in a world where most men are playing a role to gain approval. Your energy is calm, intentional, unbothered by the need to prove anything, and she feels it. She senses it when you take your time speaking, when you hold eye contact without being needy, when you move through your day without seeking external validation. It's rare for a man to carry himself this way, because most men are afraid they will lose a woman's attention if they aren't constantly performing. But you don't need to perform, and that makes you unforgettable. You might notice it when you give her a genuine compliment and she gets flustered, looks away, smiles nervously, or laughs in a way that feels unplanned. Most compliments bounce off because women hear them all the time. But when yours lands, it's different because there is no hidden agenda behind it. Your presence is real, grounded, and it makes your words cut through the noise of her day. That's not just attraction. That's a deep emotional resonance that pulls her into the moment with you, leaving an imprint that lingers long after you've walked away. Attraction is curiosity in motion, and when a woman is drawn to you, it shows up in the quiet ways. She tries to learn more about you without making it obvious. She won't always come out and ask if you're single, but she will find ways to get the answer she's looking for. She might ask if you live alone, or what you did over the weekend, or if you're seeing anyone, but frame it like a joke to see how you react. She might say something like, "Your girlfriend must love that about you," and then wait, watching for the smallest flicker in your eyes or a subtle change in your voice that tells her if there's someone else in your life. Most guys don't realize that when a woman starts asking these indirect questions, it's not small talk. It's her subconscious checking if there's an opening, a space she can step into. Because when a woman is attracted, she doesn't just sit back passively. Her curiosity is activated, and she starts looking for reasons to stay connected, to justify why she feels drawn to you. It's also there in the way she mirrors your energy, often without realizing she's doing it. If you're calm, she becomes calmer, lowering her voice to match yours. If you're animated, she starts to laugh more, her energy rising to match your vibe. If you get serious, her tone softens, and her focus sharpens on you. This isn't mimicry, it's a deep, instinctual alignment. Her body and emotions want to match your frequency because it feels grounding to her, feels safe, feels rare. Most men don't notice the shift they create in a room, but when you walk in and she subtly changes to match you, it's one of the strongest silent signals of attraction. It means your presence isn't just seen, it's felt, and she wants to remain in that feeling because it's different from what she experiences with anyone else.